The average balance is about $129,000. The median balance is around $33,000. About 1 out of every 10 participants reach the annual contribution limit. The annual contribution limit, which for 2023 is $22,500 if you're younger than 50, and about 1 out of every 10 people hit that contribution maximum. And about 68% of Americans have access to employer-sponsored plan, but only around 41% are contributing to one. And these obviously coming from Vanguard, Fidelity, and the U.S. Census Bureau. The Roth versus traditional. This is probably one of the biggest questions we get regarding contributing into your 401k. These same rules apply to a Roth IRA versus a traditional IRA. The difference is the amount that you can contribute in a 401k is substantially higher than it is in an IRA. So from a tax benefit, from the way the account is structured, these are done the same way, but there are differences in the amount that you can contribute, which is why people like to utilize the 401ks, because the contribution limit is roughly 3 times higher than a traditional. So the primary difference between these two is with a traditional 401k, that money goes into your account pre-tax. That is financial jargon for you're not paying taxes on that money when you contribute it. So you're getting a tax benefit, you're lowering your taxable income, and you're getting a tax deduction for making those contributions into your plan. And then as it grows, it's tax deferred. When you take the money out, you pay taxes on the money. With a Roth 401k, the money is taxed even though you're contributing it to the plan. And so you do not get an immediate tax benefit for making those contributions. However, the money grows tax-free from now on. So you're getting, especially if you're younger, 40 and younger, and even older than that, but the longer that you're allowing this money to grow and compound, especially in a way that you can be in this Roth bucket, potential for larger tax-free dollars in the future. So I think of this as the seed or the harvest. If you are contributing to a pre-tax traditional 401k, you are paying taxes on the harvest. Whatever the money is grown to, as you take it out, that is taxable income. When you're contributing to the Roth, you're paying taxes on the seed, on the amount that you actually invested. The harvest is all tax-free. So I think that's a good way to think about the two differences. You either pay taxes on the seed or you pay taxes on the harvest. This is a little bit more information. The salary deferral limit for 2023 for both of these buckets is $22,500 plus an additional $7,500 if you are older than the age of 50. So if you're 50 and older, you can put in an additional $7,500 into these traditional or the Roth, either one. As we just discussed, the RMD on a traditional 401k begins at age 73. There's none for a Roth 401k. If you take money out, there's a 10% penalty if you withdraw before age 59 and a half, plus the taxes. So if you're in a 24% tax bracket and you take the money out, that'll be taxable income to you. Plus you're going to pay a 10% penalty for withdrawing the money before age 59 and a half. So for all intents and purposes, you're paying 35 or 40% potentially on that distribution. You can take a loan. We're not talking about loans today, but you can potentially take a loan on the 401k. But if you just cash it out or took money out, there is subject to tax and penalty. On the Roth side, non-qualified withdrawals are pro rata amount of contributions and earnings. And non-contribution portion is subject to a 10% early withdrawal penalty. Again, financial jargon for saying you can take out your contributions at any time without any kind of tax or penalty because you've already paid taxes on the money, but you can only take out contributions. If you take out any of the earnings, you're subject to a 10% early withdrawal penalty. So just some things to consider in the schematics of how these work. The incentive here is for you to save money for the long term. So the IRS and the government set up some kind of guardrails to kind of prevent people from accessing it as a checking account and encourage long-term saving for retirement. These are some key dates. Age 59 and a half is when you're eligible to withdraw from a 401k without the 10% penalty. If you withdraw the funds before that, you got income tax plus penalty. After 59 and a half, you're still subject to income tax if you're in a traditional 401k. You will not have the penalty. At age 62, you're eligible for Social Security. It is a reduced amount at 62, but that is when you're eligible. At 64 3/4 is when you enroll for Medicare. At age 65, Medicare begins. Age 66 to 67 is full retirement age for Social Security. Age 70 is the maximum Social Security amount that you can get. And at age 73, required minimum distributions begin. But they are milestones to kind of be aware of so that you know how to position assets to use depending on when you plan to retire.